You're locked into the Grizzly Digital Network. We thank our corporate sponsors who have made this broadcast possible, and you, the fans, for tuning in. It's time for some Grizzly soccer. Let's now go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lawrenceville, Georgia, on the campus of Georgia Gwinnett College for the 2017 NAIA opening round. We are live from the Grizzly Soccer Complex, where 8th-seeded Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies will host the Southern Oregon Raiders. Hello again, everybody. I'm Matt Mahoney. Grizzly fans will never forget their first time, the first season, the first goal, the first championship, and our first trip to the NAIA National Tournament. No longer is GGC the new kid on the block. It's Southern Oregon that's enjoying the euphoria that comes with those first accomplishments. The Raiders, in just their third year of the program, won their first conference title and an automatic berth to their first NAIA National Championship. Today, more history will be made for one of these programs. The winner will celebrate advancing to the NAIA Final Site for the very first time. Who will it be? We've got 90 minutes between us and glory. It's the Grizzlies and the Raiders in the NAIA opening round, and it's coming at you next on the Grizzly Digital Network. To watch more videos from the Grizzly Digital Network, head over to grizzlyathletics.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. Glad to have everyone aboard live on the Grizzly Digital Network. Get on the horn, get on the text, get on the social media, share with all your friends and family. We've got a spectacular one for you this afternoon from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape and how these two teams size up, at least on paper. Georgia Gwinnett, the 8th overall seed in this NAIA National Tournament that features just 31 teams, and both the Grizzlies and the Raiders are one of those 31 remaining teams to play for the NAIA National Championship. Both these teams very good defensively. It's their strong suit without a doubt. GGC may have an advantage offensively, but Grizzly fans, you know, more than 300 minutes of soccer without a goal for this Grizzly squad offensively, and that will be a key to this game, especially early on in this contest. GGC offense versus that SOU defense, who has pitched a NAIA best 12 shutouts this season. So we will be looking on that side of the field without a doubt. The Raiders do like to have quick, fast starts. All of that will come into play here momentarily. The Grizzlies, the at-large bid from the NAIA committee. Meanwhile, the Southern Oregon Raiders received an automatic bid as they won both the regular season and the Cascade Conference Tournament. They're red hot coming here to Lawrenceville. I know they had to travel across country, but they wouldn't want to miss this opportunity as one of the hottest teams to play for a national championship. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and have the pregame comments from both head coaches. First up, for the Raiders, we will have Beniam Affinigas, the Cascade Collegiate Conference Coach of the Year. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
For the latest information on GGC men's soccer, including rosters, schedules, and stats, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. We're joined now by Southern Oregon head coach Beniam Affinigas. Coach, how was the trip from Ashland to Atlanta?
You know, it was a long journey, but we've enjoyed it. The Southern hospitality's been great. We've enjoyed, sightseeing, and we've had 2 good training sessions, so we're ready.
This is your third year with the program, and this is the first time you guys have won a conference title and made it to the national tournament. What makes this team special?
I think just the process. Our first year, we took a step. We missed playoff by 1 game. Second year, we took tied for third, and then this year, third year, we won the conference and the tournament. I think every year we've gotten better and better. This group of players they're tough, they're resilient, and they just play hard for each other.
Today, you guys roll into this contest, Cascade Athletic Conference champions, 6-game winning streak. How do you keep things rolling today versus the Grizzlies?
I think we just got to do what we do, and that is high pressure, defend well, do the little things correctly. I think we just got to be ourselves, not let this moment get us out of what we're good at.
Coach, good luck today.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and have the pregame comments from head coach of the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies, Steve DeCoux, right after these words. You're watching the Grizzly Digital Network.
Yes.
Check out more on GGC Women's Soccer by heading over to GrizzlyAthletics.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. We're joined now by head coach of GGC Men's Soccer, Steve DeCoux. Coach, how are we doing on this fine afternoon?
Oh, we're fabulous. I mean, this is, when you're sitting in a kid's living room or you're Skyping with them across the country, across the world, you're talking about days like this. So this is where we want this program to be, and we're just excited. I mean, the weather's perfect. The field's been cut beautifully, lined nicely. Great referee crew coming in. I'm excited, Matt. This is going to be one great game today.
What's the mentality like for the Grizzlies this week after a disappointing performance in the AI, getting ready for this opening round?
Angry, determined, focused. I've seen probably one of the best weeks of practices, and that was a challenge. I felt some of our big hitters, we had some guys who were sick, didn't play as well as they could have last Saturday. I thought some of our leaders weren't as good. Was it the fact that we were looking ahead to this? I don't know, but I challenged them, and I watched those guys step up to the challenge, put in the extra work, and they were sharp all week, and so we're expecting big things out of our boys today.
How did you prepare for Southern Oregon, and what's an area of the game you're looking forward to seeing the Grizzlies play well in order to capture a victory?
Well, the 4 games I watched them play, they start fast, so we've got to stop that. We've got to stop that. I think we're going to have the ball again today. It's going to be, what are we going to be like in the final third? I thought that was a bit of our downfall last Saturday, and that's one of the things we really focused on this week. You're going to see, can Michael Weber pull the strings? Can Sammy create chances? Can Amin and Jack be dangerous on the wings? Can Tony, use that athleticism to get through the midfield? So as much as I think I just gave away most of my starting lineup, I mean, by this point, who cares? But we've just got to have that mentality going in with the start. If we can get on them early. They haven't been scored on in how many games? They haven't lost in 14. There comes a time sometimes you just don't think you're going to lose. And so I really think if we can get that fast start on them, we'll cause them to panic. At least that's the game plan. If you can get them to panic, get them to chase the game like we had to, then it plays into our hands. Otherwise, if not, Matt, we've been in enough battles this year. We're tested. We know what we have to do. And even if worst case scenario, the game takes on what it did last week, we're prepared for it. So we're ready for anything that comes our way today, but I just expect a heck of a performance by the boys.
Coach, good luck today.
Thanks, Matty.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with starting lineups and national anthem right here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
For today's match.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. Dale Long, our public address announcer here at the Grizzly Soccer Complex.
14-6-1 on the season. In goal, number 1, Wyatt Zeminski. Number 5, Zach Hansen. Number 10, Sean McMenamin. Number 11, Kelly Jeber. Number 13, Gonzalo Garcia. Number 14, Amon Finnegas. Number 17, Esteban Castaneda. Number 18, Paul Mattis. Number 19, Mitchell Penny. Number 20, Michael Miller. And number 24, Logan Jubler. The Raiders are coached by Beniam Finnegas. Now let's meet the starters for the Georgia Gwinnett College Grizzlies, which stand 11-3-2 on the season. In goal, number 27, Matija Gogorodin. Number 2, Jack Gurr. Number 4, Andrew White. Number 5, Ian Araburu. Number 6, Ellis Husband. Number 7, Amin Sahib Ataba. Number 9, Samuel Sampaio Gomez. Number 10, Michael Weber. Number 14, Sagi Hirsch. Number 16, Malik Thornell. And number 18, Tony Tiente. The Grizzlies are coached by Steve DeCoux. The national anthem provides student athletes and fans an important and time-honored opportunity to honor our country and recognize its principles. The NAIA asks that you now please stand, remove your caps as we pay respect to America with the playing of the national anthem.
Big thanks to Dale Long, public address announcer here at the Grizzlies Soccer Complex. We are set for NAIA National Championship opening round action between Georgia Gwinnett and Southern Oregon. A lot of emotions coming into this contest. What will Georgia Gwinnett's energy be like early after that NAIA Conference Tournament loss right here on this exact field last Saturday? What will their emotions and energy be like out of the gate early? For Southern Oregon, there is no doubt about it. This team is going to be fired up to fly all the way across the country. This is a business trip for the Raiders. They start fast, they start quick, and that will be an area of the game we'll look at very early. Southern Oregon out of Ashland, Oregon, enrollment about 6,200 students. The third year of the men's soccer program, and this is their first NAIA National Tournament appearance. Meanwhile, Georgia Gwinnett right here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, enrollment 13,000, making their fourth trip to the NAIA National Championship. Let's take a look at that starting lineup for Steve DeCoux. It looks a little something like this. Up top for the Grizzlies will be Itaba, Gomez, and Gurr. In the midfield for the Grizzlies will be Weber, Tiente, and Aramburu. That back line of attack will feature Thornell, Husband, White, and Hirsch. And goal for the Grizzlies in the all-black will be the AI goalkeeper of the year, Matija Gilgorovich. Worth noting, too, Ellis Husband picking up his career 72nd appearance, which ranks him third all-time in GGC men's soccer history. Grizzlies will be in the all-white with green letters and numbers going right to left in this first half. Meanwhile, the Raiders will be in the mostly all-red uniform with a lot of black trim, black letters, black numbers going left to right. Head coached by Benny Finnegas in his third year of the program, was the Cascade Collegiate Conference Coach of the Year as well. Veteran officiating crew here on hand too as well. They have had their fair share of national championship experience sent down from the NAIA, so glad to have them here. 4-man crew. Center official, 2 ARs and a fourth that will roam the check-in table on the far side of the field. Folks, sit back, relax. I'd say relax, but that may not be the case. But sit back, try to enjoy yourself here. One of these two teams will be going to the NAIA Final Site for the first time in program history. Georgia Gwinnett, 11 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties on the year. Southern Oregon, 14 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. They started the year 0-5, if you can believe that. The Raiders have reeled off a 14-1-1 record over the last 16 matches. While GGC, just a 2-2-1 record over the last 5 matches. Referee checks his watch, and his assistants blows the whistle. We're underway with soccer here in Gwinnett County. Absolutely be a beautiful day here in Lawrenceville. Temperature 73 degrees at first touch. We've got a little bit of wind going right to left across your screen there. Gilgorovich and the Grizzlies will have it at their back in this first half. Sun high to the sky, providing some beautiful temperatures for this NAIA opening round. Thornell on the far side. Sophomore and right down the road in Snellville, Georgia. He's one intended for Sammy Gomez. He's a Grizzly in his senior season. It's got a lot to say about this contest today after a disappointing loss last Saturday. Gomez will be the target man for the Grizzlies up top, wearing number 9. In his senior season, takes it very personal. The Grizzlies have not scored in over 300 minutes of action. You got to go all the way back to the first half against Bob Jones in a 3-0 victory the last time a Grizzly put the ball in the back of the net. Meanwhile, this Raider team has pitched an NAIA best 12 shutouts. Only 2 other programs have 12 shutouts on the season. Grizzlies will have their hands full for themselves offensively. Long ball issued down the path, intended for target man. There's a blistering shot that's well wide, pressured by Husband. Gilgorovich will play it short. Hirsch and White will get things out of the back. Up the way to Tiente. Tiente post up in midfield. Both guys have a handful of jerseys there. I'm not sure which one was more guilty. Weber, far side for Thornell. The Grizzlies start to open things up. Back into Weber. Weber's newcomer of the year out of the AII. Awkward touch on the far side. Puts a little pressure on the Raiders. Will be throw-in for the Grizzlies. Foul going against the Grizzlies there. That'll be the goalkeeper, Wyatt Zabinski, sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona. First team all-conference selection will get his first touch. Raiders send it long down the near path. Hirsch and White trying to communicate there. Waiters able to get to it. Man on the back post, unable to finish. That's a window of hope and opportunity there for the Raiders. They had a great ball delivered to that target forward. Played it across the face of the net. Absolutely everyone swung and missed, and the Grizzlies catch an early break. Raiders with some early momentum over the first couple minutes. Long throw in far side. Keeping on number 24. That's Logan Guler, the senior out of Folsom, California. It'll be the target man on a lot of these set pieces. There he is right there with a flick of the header back toward the 18. There's a left foot, a trickle toward Gilgorovich, and he'll make the save. Here's a sequence for the Raiders. Shot denied by Gilgorovich. And right now Southern Oregon, as the second shot might not have counted there. The deflection from Gilgorovich, the ball went off the end line. It'll be a corner kick coming for the Raiders. So right now, we talked about it. The Raiders come out of the gate quite quickly. Coach DeCou mentioned the scouting report before the game. This team likes to play quick and likes to play fast, then lean on their defense. Can they get a goal here early? 5th minute. In-swinger, back door. There's a ball that's headed in toward the goal. Did it cross the line? It did. Southern Oregon gets a goal here early in the first 5 minutes. Masterful set piece to the back door to number 5, Zach Henson, the sophomore out of Sacramento, California, gets the goal for the Raiders. And right on cue, you couldn't have scripted any better for Southern Oregon. As they get a goal on a set piece, they find Zach Henson on the back door, puts it right in, and the Grizzlies' struggles continue. Hanson's 10th goal, his 4th goal of the season, just making his 10th start of the year. Give him now 8 points on the season as the midfielder puts the Raiders on top 1-0. Look for a tremendous change of pace strategically for the Raiders as they will start to rely on that defense and Wyatt Zabinski. They had a couple of early opportunities. Here come Weber and the Grizzlies. Tiente right at the 18, drops it back. Here's a left foot. Sammy Gomez pushes it wide. First signs of offensive life for GGC in quite some time. As they get a good opportunity for the Grizzlies. A lot of soccer left to be played. Southern Oregon leads 1-0 early in this NAIA opening round matchup. Grizzlies possessing things. Gurr on the turf. Finds Gomez. Gomez pushes it to the perimeter. Out to Thornell. Back to Gurr. Gurr with a cross into the box. Catches a little bit of wind. Itaba's in the neighborhood. Deflecting on the backside. Itaba chases it down. Takes on a man. Had it taken away and a throw in coming for the Grizzlies. Long ball issued up top. Andy White's there. Mitchell Penny, that target forward up top, wearing number 19. He's got in behind that defense a couple times as he set up the shot that Gilgorovich denied, which led to the corner kick and the goal for Southern Oregon. Long ball gets caught up in the wind, pushes out of play, and a goal kick coming for Zabinski. GGC is committed to the NAIA Champions of Character principles of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. Keep playing, keep learning, keep growing. Game on. Learn more about the Champions of Character initiative. The opportunities to play in NAIA at NAIA.org. 1-0 is your lead early. There's a ball up top for Penny. Penny gives it up to a teammate. That's a Finnegas. That is the coach's son. Cross, back door. Husband is there out of the 18. Tiente, not out of danger just yet, keeps possession. Finds Itaba. Back to Hirsch. Hirsch into the midfield, finds Aaron Buru. Aaron Buru picks his head up. Off to Gomez. Gomez shoved in the back but keeps possession. No whistle. Back out to White. No, excuse me, that's Sagi Hirsch. Long ball to Tiente. Tiente gets fouled on the play and a free kick coming for GGC. Foul goes against the first teamer, Logan Guler. Weber will restart with possession. White. Now Aaron Buru. Gurr looking for a quick give and go. Can't connect with Gomez. Southern Oregon will clear things out of the back. That is the play that we're going to keep an eye on. Is if that center back or even the goal scorer in Henson, who's that holding midfielder defensively for the Raiders. If the Grizzlies keep possession here down a goal and constantly work themselves downhill, anytime Southern Oregon gets that ball and just boots it out of the back, I don't think they're going to be able to survive for another 60-plus minutes or so. Here's the ball into Gomez. Gomez, a left foot, strikes back door, and he puts it in! The struggles are over for GGC. Sammy Sampaio Gomez in his senior season puts home the equalizer in just the 8th minute. GGC with a pulse here in Lawrenceville. Nice job by Sammy Gomez. Coach DeCoux said it this week in practice. The Grizzlies' attitude was angry, upset, emotional, and you can see it right there in the number 9's face. The senior out of Aachen, Germany. Third on GGC's all-time career list in goals, points, and shots. Give him now 24 for his career in a Grizzly uniform. Sammy does not want his last game to be here in Lawrenceville. He wants to enjoy the sunshine of Delray Beach, Florida. Ball up top. That's the man in Penny. Penny turns back toward the 18. Swing and a miss from Henson. Tiente in transition. Tiente circles back around, finds Weber. Folks, I believe Vegas had an early over-under at 1.5 goals in this contest. With the way these defenses have played all year long, both defenses give up less than a goal a game. 0.7 goals against average for both Georgia Gwinnett and Southern Oregon. And all of a sudden, we've got 1 goal for each team within the first 10 minutes. Now both teams will settle in. Look for Georgia Gwinnett to keep this ball on top of the turf. Find friendly feet and move down the pitch. Gomez trying to connect with Gurr, cannot. There's a ball from one center back to the other. That's Matthias to Husband. Aaron Buru pressured back to Gilgorovich. Short to White, second team all-conference member. Up the way to Weber. Weber wide to Hirsch. This is the GGC MO. Weber into Tiente. Tiente. Aaron Buru. Gurr with a little flick. Can't find Hope. Gurr's had a couple of those nifty outside flicks intended toward any of the forwards. Hasn't been able to connect. You'd love to make things a little bit more simple if you're number 2, also a senior out of Newcastle, England. Jacker was instrumentally huge in the Grizzly opening round matchup at Thomas from a year ago. Jacker not only had a wonder from 40-plus yards out, which was an equalizer in the second half, he also had the assist on what's the historic Matty Peranen goal with seconds left in regulation and forced overtime. And we know how that story ends, as the All-American Ford Thomas rattled the crossbar in the back of the net to push the Nighthawks to that NAIA Final Site. GGC 0 for 3 in their men's soccer history. Have punched their ticket, this being the 4th trip, 2013, and our first conference tournament and first NAIA national tournament appearance, much like what Southern Oregon's going through right now. GGC did it all the way back in 2013. Traveled down to Daytona Beach, Florida at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Zabinski comes off his line. The big fellow swallows that up. Gomez with a thumbs up to White to say, feed the beast. But GGC lost on a penalty kick, 1-0 in the second half to Embry-Riddle. Went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the NAIA. Then in 2014, GGC actually hosted Northwestern Ohio here at the Grizzly Soccer Complex and went into a buzzsaw known as the Racers, and the Grizzlies got beat 3-0. A disappointing 2015 season and the rebound last year in 2016, win the conference tournament in Denver, Colorado, and then had that heartbreaking loss in overtime to Thomas. Leads us all to this fourth national tournament appearance, hosting for the second time. And today it's GGC versus SOU, and we've got a goal each here in the first 10 minutes. If you're just joining us, you missed a lot. Andy White teeing things up on his own half. Counseling session there between Henson and Weber. I got a feeling Henson either has seen tape or read the scouting report on the Grizzly midfielder, and he's got quite the tall task here to contain number 10. So I think the referee was trying to get them all square. He said, listen, I know it's going to be a battle today, but let's be very sportsmanlike. Almost a turnover there against the Grizzlies. As play resumes here. Jack Gurr. Back to White. White, long ball, looking for Amin. Able to connect, stops, keeps it in play. Turns, chips it back toward the penalty spot. Gurr's in the neighborhood, couple of flicks. We want a handball, and we're going to get it. Jack Gurr in the neighborhood. Southern Oregon wants to challenge with a Gurr high kick. And now Gomez, Amin, Andy White, and Gurr will talk things over. And this is an easy pass. Andy White almost comes sprinting out of the back, grabs the ball, and will cue things up. And so a tough handball going against Guler. And this could give the Grizzlies a 2-1 lead. Andy White, second team all-conference member, junior, out of England, versus Wyatt Zabinski. Andrew White with the left foot in the 13th minute. Finishing, scrapes off the inside of the post. The bounce goes the Grizzlies' way, and all of a sudden, GGC has found the back of the net twice after being down 1-0 in just the 5th minute. The Grizzlies take the lead on a handball inside the Southern Oregon box, and Andy White converts. White with just his second goal of the season, but his contributions to this team are much far greater than that. But a very confident kick taker brings home the penalty kick in the 13th minute. So after the Raiders scored in the first 5 minutes, the Grizzlies have answered with 2 goals over the next 5. With a Sammy Gomez goal in the 8th minute and a run of play, then an Andrew White penalty kick. Unfortunately, Jack Gurr, GGC's all-time go-getter in assists with 21. Won't pick up an assist for that handball into the box. Hanson hacked down, and it'll be a free kick in a dangerous spot of the field for the Raiders. Gieber and McManama stand over top of it. Now Gieber will concede. McManama, senior 5'10" of the Tiger at Oregon, will use the left foot. High the elbow. 2-man wall with Weber and Itaba. Gorovich hangs out at the back post. McManaman sizes things up. Left foot, low line drive to the penalty area. Jack Gurr deflects it straight up in the air. A couple of guys battle for it here. It squirts back out to the Raiders. Gomez challenge. Now we get another whistle. Gomez goes in hard with the lower half. And back-to-back free kicks coming for Southern Oregon. Man down on the turf. Seems to be he's okay. Just making sure he sells the foul. And now Gil Gorovic and company will set up a little bit steeper wall. Again, got to keep an eye on Logan Guler. First team all-conference member is the target man on these set pieces for the Raiders. 3 Raiders stand over top of it, and they'll have a committee to decide who's going to be the chairman. Now all of a sudden, just streaking back to the left side of your screen there, I believe that's Guler going back on defense. All 11 Grizzlies hang inside the 18. I stand corrected. That was actually Michael Miller retreating back to midfield. Guler's in the box by himself, basically, hanging around Andrew White. 4-man wall for the Grizzlies. Raiders talking things over. There's a shot. One hopper toward Gil Gorovich. He'll take it easily. Nice job by the Georgia Gwinnett defense. Catch a little momentum here, and they keep it in the first 15 minutes with a 2-1 lead. The goalkeeper of the year to the AII. And a Puerto Rico Montenegro. Plays the feet of Husband. A little pressure, Gilgorovic. Back out to Husband. Husband also one of the four seniors for Steve DeCoux this season, not wanting to play their last game here at home. It has been a goal of this program for quite some time to make it to that final site. Sagi Hirsch weaving his way through traffic. Off to Tiente. He can pull the trigger, gives it up to Gomez. Gomez tried to settle it back out to Tiente, and you could tell the two were on the same page, just couldn't execute. Thornell, Weber. Tip your hand to Southern Oregon interior midfielders. They have limited the positive touches of Michael Weber. Aaron Brewer now dribbling forward. He'll take on a man. Sizing things up at the 18. Left foot dumps it off to Itabad. He's shielded off out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Raiders. Good job defensively down this near wing. For the Raider captain. Appreciate everyone locked in here on the Grizzly Digital Network. Fans, get on the conversation. Use that hashtag GGC Athletics. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're listening for. We'll get you here on the program. Husband called for the over the back. His first, team's first. Actually, I think that's his first, team's third, but, you know, getting warmed up for basketball season, which we don't have here at GGC for the Southern Oregon fans. Here's the education portion of the Grizzly Digital Network. Georgia Gwinnett. The college was founded in 2005. We began athletics in 2012. We've got 6 sports: men's and women's tennis, men's and women's soccer, baseball, and softball. And we've captured just 7 national championships in our brief 5-year history. We have won 3 AI men's soccer conference titles. This is our 4th trip to the NAIA National Tournament, and we are looking for, just like you, our first trip to the NAIA Final Site. Right now we've got a 2-1 lead headed toward Delray Beach, Florida. Eber, near side, hands it off to the center back. And Penny gets it back wearing the captain's armband. Near side. Bueller. Rotate back across the pitch. Raiders have had one of the longest flights in this NAIA opening round. Ball near side through to Penny. Penny crossed into the box. Gilgorovic with the basket catch inside the 6. The Raiders with one of the longest flights traveling between campuses from Ashland, Oregon here to Lawrenceville, Georgia. We're very much within the Atlanta metropolitan area, about 30 miles northeast of downtown Atlanta. Gomez, great shield, able to keep possession on the long ball. Surrounded by red shirts, looking for help. Here come the Cavalry with support. Through ball to Itabad, can't connect. A little miscommunication defensively, hits it back up to White. White, little pressure on his back. Hits it up to Gomez. Loose ball to Weber. Weber moving forward. Hasn't had too many positive touches. Now he's streaking into the box here. Keeps on his right foot. Parallel pass over to Tiente. Tiente pressure from behind, wasn't ready. Weber back out to Thornell. Thornell looking to cross. Wide of the 18. Into the box. Gomez in the neighborhood, but it's headed out of danger by Henson. First 20 minutes, GGC leads 2-1. You heard that right, 2-1. If you had the over/under on goals, if you had the over on goals, you would have cashed that in early today. Did not see this result in the first half coming. If you had told me 2-1 final score, you could probably convince me, but 2-1 in the first 13 minutes, capped off by an Andy White PK after a Southern Oregon handball inside their own box. And believe it or not, real quick note, that's not the highest scoring opening round game so far. How about live right now, Rio Grande and Cardinal Stritch, 3-3, just started the second half. Welcome to the opening round, folks, where things are turned up another notch. First 20 minutes, 2-1 GGC advantage. Raiders have actually outshot the Grizzlies 5-2. Southern Oregon with, each team with a corner kick, I should say. 4 fouls for GGC, 2 for SOU. 4 shots on goal for the Raiders, just 2 for GGC. Substitution for the Raiders. Looks like number 3 is going to check in. Second team all-conference selection, and Travis Hopkins tied for the team leading goal. In senior season out of Roseburg, Oregon will check into the contest. Second team all-conference member. Gomez right on top of that G-claw, looking to play through. Tough angle there for Itaba to get to, and it's cut off. Itaba takes his man down from behind. As Itaba gets some stern instructions from the center official to say no more, and Itaba accepts kindly. Well, maybe courageously. What do you think that center ref is? About, I don't know, 6'4", 6'5"? If you told me 6'6", I'd probably believe you. Very stern. Almost intimidating in his all black. Guler into the box, targeted for Hansen. Flag up near side. Thornell knows it, and we get it with an offsides call. We talked about at the top of the broadcast, both Southern Oregon and GGC in this contest in Lawrenceville. Neither team has ever punched their ticket to the final site. For the Grizzly fans, we've got a double dip today. There are only 12 schools in the NAIA that have both men's and women's soccer represented in the NAIA National Tournament. GGC is one of them, as Mike Giuliano and the Grizzlies will have their contest later tonight at 7 p.m. down in Lakeland, Florida. And what's interesting, it's the same storyline for GGC and Southeastern tonight at 7. Neither one of those programs have ever made it to the final site. So a lot on the line here. A very emotional day for Grizzly fans. Jack Gurr from long distance had it deflected, and it'll be an easy scoop for Zabinski. Needless to say, Grizzly fans a little on edge today. I understand completely, and Steve DeCoe and company didn't help by giving up a goal in the 5th minute. Gogorovich unsure how he handles that one, and he dangerously slides that away from Penny. It'll be a corner kick coming for Southern Oregon. Second of the day for the Raiders. And they'll have their second sub of the day as well, as Travis Hopkins checked in initially. And it looks like Penny will go out, catch a breather. That's going to be number 9, the sub. And Carlos Magana, junior out of Colwich, Washington. Raiders stack up at the 18, try to confuse their runs. Grizzlies seem to have picked it up. Ball to the back post. There's a man there headed down in toward the 6th. Nothing but white shirts there. Now, a little miscommunication as Sagi Hurst, Ellis Husband, and Andrew White start to sort things out on whose man that was. Henson almost acted as a center in basketball there as he screened off 2 Grizzlies to open up his teammate on the back door. There's Henson looking to size things up. Henson looking like he's ready for the long jump. The approach and the launch. Near post. Sagi Hurst is there. Comes right back to where he came from. Itaba boxes things out, and the Grizzlies get out of the back. Tough touch there for Miller, but he recovers. And the Raiders working downhill. Thornell out to Weber. Weber wisely launches that ball towards Zabinski, and the Grizzlies will now find their shape again. Miller on the turf. Issues a long ball. Headed for Husband. He'll win the header. Down to Gurr. Gurr looking across. Can't connect with Gomez. Foul going against Gomez. Free kick coming for Southern Oregon. Very hectic first 15 minutes. On a corner kick, Zach Henson right at the back post. Forces the ball across that goal line. Give himself his 4th goal of the year in Southern Oregon. was looking to continue their celebration, having won their last 6 games in a row, both the regular season and the Cascade Collegiate Conference title. Taking down Corbin in a 6-game winning streak. They packed it up. I believe they brought it as a carry-on, that 6-game winning streak. They didn't check it. They carried it on with them. Plane landed in Atlanta, and they brought it out here to Lawrenceville and got that early 1-0 goal. And then just when GGC struggles, thought it was going to rear its head again, as Georgia Gwinnett had gone, by my math, more than 350 minutes since their last goal, which was against Bob Jones. GGC was able to advance into the semifinals at that NAIA tournament thanks to an on goal. And in the championship game, they came up short against Waldorf. Waldorf got the tough draw of the top #1 seed in Oklahoma Wesleyan, as the Warriors are on the road today as well. The 2 teams out of the AI represented at this national championship. Tough road to hoe there for Waldorf. Overcast day here in Lawrenceville. Beautiful temperature, 63 degrees. A little bit of wind at the Grizzlies' back. Rain is on the forecast, but it won't get here until much later tonight. 2-man game for the Raiders on the far side. Grizzlies account for it with Thornell and Weber. Trying to open things up in the middle. They occupy Gilgorovich as well. Right foot in swinger, back post. There's another header. It's not Hanson this time. I believe that was McMahon. And almost the exact play that they scored the goal on. I had an opportunity to do it again. Grizzlies got to get a little organized defensively on these set pieces. Stand corrected, that's Kelly Gieber that had the attempt for the Raiders. Header won by Hanson. Husband, right back to where it came from. Miller straight up in the air. The ball bouncing around with no real ownership. Raiders now take control. Miller. Long ball to no one. And Brewer took it away. Hanson took it back. Back to Guler. Up the path to Castaneda. Castaneda gets it back, pressured by Tiente. Tiente takes Castaneda down and play continues. Tiente thought he fouled. Weber comes flying in. Loose ball squirts back out to Husband, and now we get the retroactive whistle and the foul. GGC very fortunate to be in this national championship, because due to the sizes and the growth of collegiate soccer at the men's level, the NAIA handed out a total of 25 automatic bids to the NAIA National Championship, which meant only 6 at-large berths existed, and GGC, having lost that NAIA Conference Championship, was the 9th-ranked team in the country. The committee uses a whole list of data to compile to determine who gets those 6 at-large bids, and the best we can tell, GGC got the 5th of 6 at-large bids to host here in this national championship. And their body of work was still good enough to be one of the top seeds in this tournament as the 8th seed. That gave them the host here today. But very fortunate, Grizzlies could have been on the outside looking in and missed out on a crucial opportunity. But you can tell early here, a lot of emotion. We saw it as Sammy Gomez in his goal. And now even the bench up on top of its feet, stretching, getting ready to enter this game at any moment. You can tell an angry week of practice, as Coach DeCoux said it, has come to light here in this opening round. They're not going to waste this opportunity. Husband back to Gilgorvin. Hanson with a header. Weber with a rebound. Wide to Gurr. Gurr trying to settle. Gurr keeps it in play. Raiders just boot things out of the back. Husband recklessly wins a header. Gurr comes flying in, and he's going to get blown for the whistle. Might follow up with a counseling session as 2. Going to tip you out to Southern Oregon. They have come to Lawrenceville with a little bit of a scouting report. They have identified number 2 in white and number 10 in white. And you can tell there's a concerted effort to contain their positive touches. By positive touches, I mean when they get things in the midfield, you don't see too many balls going north, going toward the goal. Most of the times they are forcing both Gurr and Weber to retreat. Weber's had some success dribbling on the ground. And Gurr was in the neighborhood on the handball issued to against Southern Oregon that Andy White then finished in the 13th minute. This free kick coming for Southern Oregon right in front of Steve DeCou and that Grizzly bench. Grizzly headman, 76 wins, 23 losses, and 11 ties in the 6 seasons at the helm for Georgia Gwinnett College. Making his 4th NAIA National Tournament appearance here with the Grizzlies. Has had a very successful program that he built at Belhaven before taking the job here at GGC. Itaba, a little shake and bake near side, loses his guy, looking for a teammate to run with. Itaba comes back toward the middle, goes down casually here, and that's a easy no call for the official. Weber turns to midfield, scoops it back up. Itaba now back in play. Gomez shields his man off, finds Tiente. Tiente goes down hard. And a little extracurricular there for Tiente. We say B+ in drama? Not quite an A+ performance. Is it A-? Okay. But when you get the foul, you get the foul, right? White in the attacking half. Goal scorer, just his 2nd of the season, converted a PK. Actually clipped off the left post. White loses one into the 18 over top of Gurr's head. Gomez gives a chase. Miller clears things out of the back. Aaron Brewer pressures and wins. Moving forward. Pass, I think, intended for Itaba, but not even he was sure. Husband and White team up to Gilgorvin. Worth noting, too, we mentioned Waldorf and Oklahoma Wesleyan. Tiente with a strong challenge there. Going for the ball there, climbed the ladder. I'm going to say the ladder was the other midfielder, and Gieber. We mentioned Oklahoma Wesleyan and Waldorf. They're actually in the top half of the Grizzly bracket, along with Southern Oregon. The winner will take on the winner of Vanguard and UC Merced on Monday, November 27th in Delray Beach, Florida. Ball into the box here. Chance for Southern Oregon to get the equalizer. Terrible touch there by Magana. Ball into the box here. Grizzlies trying to scramble. Nice touch by White. White asking for help with Itaba. Gets it back to him, and now White will clear things out of the back. So the 4 teams in the immediate bracket are GGC versus Southern Oregon here. Vanguard and UC Merced are the other matchups. And then the top half of that, if that makes sense, I know bracket talk is boring, but features that Oklahoma Wesleyan Waldorf matchup, as well as the 16th seed and Kaiser, who got a bye to the final site as a host there in Delray Beach, Florida. So I know it's a couple of games away, and both these teams are only 12 minutes to the first half, as Sagi Hurst gets tied up a little bit with Magana. The two need to be separated here. Now the referee will stop the clock and have a counseling session. Foul one against Magana, so Andrew White will tee things up. Southball's got a nice left to right draw. That driver will find the fairway. Is top of the head, and Henson. Weber toward Gurr. Gurr runs into Henson. Miller clears things out of the back. Husband, strong header toward the middle. Tackle by Husband's out of bounds, but a throw in coming for the Raiders. 2-1 your score. We got about 10 minutes left till halftime. It was Southern Oregon that struck first with a goal. And fans will have replays of all the action in this first half for you at halftime. Andrew White will clear things out of the back. White and Tiente. Gurr down the path to Tiente. Giving a chase, but Miller with a tackle out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Substitution for the Grizzlies. Steve DeCoux will call upon Herb Sevilla. So Sevilla will step on his junior season at Marietta, Georgia, giving Itaba a breather. Into Gomez at the elbow. Taken down. Miller too strong. Ball comes back into Gomez. Miller takes it away a second time. Here comes Southern Oregon battling their way out of the back. Little two-man game out of the midfield. Now they retake possession and regroup. Ball down the far side. Husband toward Weber. Aaron Buru. Gomez. Gomez turns. Plenty of time and space. Picks his head up. Finds Sevilla. Sevilla with a touch. Had the right idea looking through to Gurr. Not enough pace. And Buru into out to Thornell. Tough bounce over Thornell's head. It'll be a throw in coming for Southern Oregon. Trying to rally the troops here right before halftime.
Yeah, you got me.
Go, Trev! Hold on.
Gilgorovich and the Grizzlies. Starting from the back into Weber. He's trying to figure things out. Southern Oregon holding another high line. Weber tucking in defensively. Back to Gilgorovich. Grizzlies playing safe. Husband. Down the path. Finds Gurr. Gurr into Tiente. Grizzlies got a little momentum here. Off to Sevilla. Plenty of red shirts back defensively. Sevilla looking one more to Sagi Hirsch, who's on the support. Down his left flank. Picks his head up, looks in the cross, had it deflected by Gieber. It'll be a throw-in coming for GGC. Substitution for Steve DeCoux.
That's good, bro. That's good.
Looks like it'll be, let's see here. Oscar Summercamp, number 19, freshman out of Lima, Peru. Big 6'2" target will come in for Sammy Gomez, give him an extended halftime break.
Block it, hold. Hold.
Sagi Hirsch will look to toss things in. Hirsch into the box, looking for Summercamp over top of his head. Loose ball inside the 6. Jack Gurr wants another handball. He's not going to get this one. Fortunate enough to get the first one and a Grizzly lead. As Andrew White converted the last handball from a penalty kick into a goal in the 13th minute. Right now, that's the difference in the ball game. 2-1 your score. We've got everything so far. Southern Oregon goal on a set piece off a corner kick. Headed into the back of the net by Zach Hansen. Then we hit a GGC goal and a run of play as Sammy Sampaio Gomez finishes the equalizer in a matter of 3 minutes later. And then 5 minutes after that, Jack Gurr with some pressure into the box. And an unfortunate handball that went against the Raiders, and Andy White finished the penalty in the 13th minute. All of that happened in the first 13 minutes of the contest. Husband, long ball to Gurr. Gurr puts a nice touch on it, chips this one back toward the penalty spot. Headed out of danger by Miller, and a corner kick coming for GGC, their second of the day.
Hey, drop in. Come on.
I want to give a quick shout out to former Grizzly tuned in here on the Grizzly Digital Network, and Jose Figueroa. What's up, Jose? Tuning in using the hashtag GGC Athletics. Good to hear from you, bud. I hope all is well. Fans, be sure to use the hashtag GGC Athletics. Get on the conversation. Let us know who you are. You guys are already tweeting in with the videos. Looking good. Jack Gurr. Low line drive toward the 6. Husband's in the neighborhood, but a great catch in traffic by Wyatt Zabinski. There are not too many goalkeepers that are going to come out and make that catch. Zabinski's one of them. Hirsch with a header. Summercamp trying to get on the turf. Trying to do so is Hopkins. Sevilla had to take it away, and then he had to take it away. Now Weber comes in, and a foul against Weber. Castaneda's trying to control tempo. He'll play quickly and keep possession. Paul Matias, far side, gets it back, working downhill. Matias pressured by Aaron Buru, ball into the 18, no one home as Husband will let it trickle off the end line. It'll be a goal kick coming for GGC. Ball bouncing around midfield. Inside 5 minutes remaining to the first half. Or should I say in the first half. Weber down that right side. Had it deflected. It'll trickle back toward the center back. And Guler. Back out to Gurr. Gurr settling in. Tightrope 1-2 Thornell. Thornell looking across. Gets a deflection out of it. And a corner kick coming for GGC. Third of the night. Third of the day for the Grizzlies. Things starting to settle in just a little bit here. After a frantic first 15 minutes or so. Gurr, GGC's all-time leader in career assists with 20. Looking for 21. Low line drive toward Aaron Buru. Ball knocked down. Husbands with a shot deflected again. There's too much traffic there at Spaghetti Junction to get through. And so another corner kick coming for GGC. Right idea there by Ellis Husband. Got a gift. Back toward the 6. You just got to crank that ball and hope good things happen. Andrew White petitioning for a little bit of a whistle check. Back toward Gurr again. Tiente comes flying in and push that one over the bar. Goal kick for Southern Oregon. They survive. Substitution for the Raiders. Out goes Magana, and checking in appears to be the starter in Penny. And Boo straight up in the air. Trying to recover, cannot. Thornell turns him away. Good track by Husband. Aaron Buru. Out of danger, but into the midfield. Ball bouncing around here. Grizzlies trying to possess on the turf. Now they get it down to Gurr. Gurr launches one in the air. Sevilla en route, but had it detoured by Zabinski. Zabinski, just a sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona. He'll have quite the career in goal for the Raiders. Ball down the way as Sonny Hirsch returns that one to sender. Summercamp dribbling. Tried to find Gurr. Gurr had to alter his route a little bit. Now the Grizzlies will start out of the back. More pressure coming from the Raiders. White to Weber. Tiente turns in the midfield. Got time and space. Running. Dishes it out to Sevilla. Back to Tiente. Tiente picks his head up. Dumps it off for Weber. Gets it back to Tiente. A little give and go. Sevilla just off his back foot. Sevilla will give it chase, but it'll be a throw in for the Raiders. Running header this shoot by Resendez. White. Or side. Weber got some help with Sagi Hurst. Moving forward. Hurst with a left foot. Back post. Got a couple of Grizzlies there. Summercamp, one of them, heads it straight up in the air. Zabinski will haul that one in. Right at the end of Summercamp. Just caught on his heels a little bit. Couldn't climb the ladder enough to get on top of that ball. But Summercamp and Hurst acknowledge each other's work of play there. Countdown on here until the halftime horn. Sevilla turns, sends a right foot up toward Buford. The scoreboard will keep it off of Collins Hill Road.
2-1.
And the clock will melt away in this first half. We've got a high-scoring affair here in Lawrenceville between two defenses that have prided themselves on shutouts all year long. Both teams just giving up an average of 0.7 goals per contest. Not the story here in the opening round. It was the Raiders with an early goal in the 5th minute. GGC'd answer within the next 5 minutes to take a 2-1 advantage. We're going to step aside here for just a moment, folks. Be sure to check back in about 13 minutes or so, and we'll have highlights from the first half as well as a first half stat recap. You are watching the NAIA opening round between Georgia Gwinnett and Southern Oregon here on the Grizzly Digital Network.
NAIA would like to recognize its corporate sponsors for their support of the NAIA throughout this championship season. Herb Jones, the official ring manufacturer of the NAIA. Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company, providing insurance coverage for all of our student athletes. Contact the knowledgeable professionals at Mutual of Omaha for all your collegiate insurance needs. Collegiate Awards, the official trophy and award provider of the NAIA. Shorts Travel Management, as the official partner of the NAIA, Shorts Travel would like to congratulate all of the NAIA championship teams on an excellent season. Shorts Travel Management is proud to assist these teams reach their destination during postseason play and throughout the year. Shorts Travel is proud to be the official travel partner of the NAIA. National Car Rental, the official automobile rental company of the NAIA. For a higher level of service, call National Car Rental for 1-800-CAR-RENTAL. As a reminder, restroom facilities are located in both field on the far sideline and upper walking path to the ticket building. Be sure to pick up refreshments at the concession stand. Praise student athletes a great ring today, showing 65,000 others who feel the same way. You'll never run out of room to grow on the field, in the classroom, and as a person. Learn more at NAIA.org. The NAIA Championship Character Program helps students understand and embody what character truly means. It also provides student athletes, coaches, and parents the training to know, do, and value the right thing both inside and outside of sports. Learn more at championsofcharacter.org. Attention fans, you and someone you know who is being recruited to play in the NAIA college coaches will be in attendance for over 150 scholarships for offering playing events. NAIAshowcase.com for more information. Scores from around the NAIA men's soccer opening round. Late in the second half, Madonna of Michigan has a 1-0 lead at Cumberland of Tennessee. Lindsey Wilson a 3-0 lead over William Woods with 27 minutes to go in the contest. Cardinal Stritch a 5-4 lead with 10 minutes left in the second half at Rio Grande. 5-4 Cardinal Stritch. Oklahoma Wesleyan leads Waldorf 2-0 at the half. Other games being played today. Mid-American Nazarene is hosting Wayland Baptist. Missouri Valley hosting Olivet Nazarene. Vanguard of California and UC Merced. Bluefield and Campbellsville. St. Thomas hosting Truett McConnell. 5 o'clock start. Mobile hosting Houston Victoria. And Columbia hosting Northwestern Ohio. William Carey hosting West Virginia Tech. 5:30. Hastings in Nebraska hosting Corbin of Oregon. 7 o'clock. Baker of Kansas hosting Grace of Indiana. And at 7:30, Marymount, California hosting Westmont of California. Those are men's soccer NAIA opening round games around the country. Be sure to tune in to GrizzlyAthletics.com for the women's opening round contest. 7 o'clock. GGC at Southeastern of Florida at the 7 o'clock start. Down in Lakeland, Florida, women's soccer opening round.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network. Glad to have everybody aboard on our website, grizzlyathletics.com. 2-1 your score here at halftime between Georgia Gwinnett and Southern Oregon. Let's take a look at our first half highlights and how we got to where we're at right now. It was a frantic pace of play early on. Southern Oregon got a goal off a corner kick. Into the back of net goes Zach Henson. An early 1-0 lead, and we thought the struggles were on for GGC. Sammy Gomez in his senior season says not today. He puts home a goal in the 8th minute, and then Andrew White finishes up with a penalty kick in the 13th minute for a 2-1 advantage for Georgia Gwinnett. Mateo Gogorovich has had a couple of saves in this first half, 4 in total, 1 off a set piece there, swallows that ball up inside the 6. Both teams went back and forth as that ball shot by Michael Weber trickles toward Wyatt Zabinski, who made a couple of great plays, both on a corner kick and that free kick as well. Ellis Husband had a rebound there that went wide on a deflection, and that is your first half there. From a stat standpoint, GGC and SOU tied up at 7 apiece in goals. 2-1 is your score. Shots on goal the same. Grizzlies a little bit more aggressively in the foul category. Corners the same. And again, the winner of this contest punches their ticket to the NAIA Final Site in Delray Beach, Florida. Again, fans, we want to big thanks to everyone tuned in here on the Grizzly Digital Network. You can use the hashtag GGC Athletics to get on the conversation. We've heard from Jose Figueroa, tuned in all the way from Argentina, former Grizzly, cheering on the Grizzlies, watching on his computer. And then not to shy away here, we want to encourage the Raider fans too as well, as we've got a great tweet from Mia cheering on the Raiders as well, using the hashtag GGC Athletics. So fans, get on the conversation. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're listening for here in this NAIA opening round showdown. Georgia Gwinnett in all white going from left to right. Meanwhile, it'll be Southern Oregon in the all red going right to left. Jack Kerr with a shot right out of the gate here, and the Grizzlies getting aggressive early. They'll get a corner kick out of that sequence for Georgia Gwinnett. GGC, 11 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties on the season, the 8th national seed. Meanwhile, Southern Oregon, 14 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. 5 of those 6 losses came in the first 5 games of the season for the Raiders. They are red hot, rolling into Lawrenceville. Jack Gurr, corner kick, near post. Sabinski, a little miscommunication there with the center back. Ball comes back out to Gurr. It'll be a restart for GGC. Worth noting, too, it's tough to compare these two teams, at least on paper, coming into the contest. And so, with no real past or history, with no real common opponents, you struggle to find some sort of common ground. And so, it was interesting in doing the research going into this contest. Sammy Gomez squeezed right at the 6. Herb Sevilla getting the start in the second half, tries to clean things up. Ball comes back out there in Buru. But at least from a comparison standpoint, it was worth noting that GGC has played 6 teams that have made the NAIA National Championship this season. The field consisting of Lindsey Wilson, West Virginia Tech, Kaiser, Waldorf, Cumberland, and Mobile. First those 6 opponents, GGC 3-1-2. Meanwhile, for Southern Oregon, they played 2 NAIA participating teams, a total of 3 times. They beat Corbin in the conference championship, lost to Corbin tied Corbin in the regular season, also tied Marymount too as well. So a 1-0-2 record for Southern Oregon against the NAIA field. All 3, when those teams played, all 3 of them were ranked. The Grizzlies played Lindsey Wilson, Cumberland, and Mobile. Dangerous turnover here as Southern Oregon working downhill, and now we get a delayed whistle and a foul. An offsides call, not a foul, flag up. And also offsides call going against the Raiders. They're not happy with that, especially their target man up top, and Mitchell Penny. Raiders not happy with the call, and now I don't know if they're arguing or trying to get an explanation from the center official. But to no avail. GGC, 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 7 sophomores, and 9 freshmen. So they're going a very young squad too, as they have a total of 3 seniors that have been with the program. in just their 3rd year of existence. But more than the majority of their roster made up of underclassmen for this Raiders soccer program, who have punched their ticket to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time. Andrew White with a left foot over top of Herb Sevilla's head. In toward the feet of Sammy Gomez. Jack Gurr with a shot, just misses. Nice job, Sammy Gomez with the win and a little flick toward Gurr just outside the 6. Gurr pulled it with the left foot. He's got a smile on his face. And say, man, I've got to finish that. Jack Gurr, first team all-conference selection in his senior season, and Newcastle England's going to wish he had that one back. Sabinski with the right foot. In toward Weber. Positive header. Set the stage here in the second half. It'll be Carlos De La Rosa who gets to start up top next to Sammy Gomez. Jack Gurr near side, and it's Sevilla, Aramburu, and Weber. Back four remains the same. From the top of your screen to the bottom of your screen, spread out at the moment with Hirsch, White, Husband, and Thornell. Gogorovich in the all black. Over to Andy White. On the turf. Finding Gomez. Tried to flick, didn't work. De La Rosa regrouping. White hits it longer, might have been offside. Don't get a whistle and a foul. It's going against Sammy Gomez. I will say the center official does tend to hold on to the whistle for the most part, and I mean that from a strategic standpoint. I also mean that from, he really holds on to possession for a long time. We've seen him give sort of a couple of touches of advantage, and then when the team does turn it over, he'll bring it back. Case in point, that play right there. So does a very good job of making sure advantage is exactly that. So you're going to hold on to the whistle, or hold on to what potentially could be a whistle for quite some time. Real quickly here, we had one eyeball on this game and another eyeball on other scores throughout the NAIA as Rio Grande and Cardinal Stritch continue to light up the scoreboard. And folks, we've got our first upset of the tournament. Cardinal Stritch has upset Rio Grande 5-4, and one of the first results that have come in from this NAIA opening round. Madonna over Cumberland 1-0 is another score. Lindsey Wilson dominating William Woods 3-0. Oklahoma Wesleyan dominating Waldorf 3-0. And the only other game underway, Wayland Baptist and Mid-American Nazarene. And Baptist with an early goal there against Nazarene. And here in Lawrenceville, 2-1 your score. GGC on top of Southern Oregon. Jack Gurr, far side. Those of you curious, updating your NAIA Men's Soccer National Championship bracket, the winner of this contest will take on the winner of Vanguard and UC Merced. Two teams out of California. That match will take place later on this afternoon. Andrew White takes a tumble and a foul against Penny. Penny not happy with the way the whistle has gone today. Very good athlete, especially in the first 5 minutes. Got in behind that Grizzly defense more than a couple of times. But since then, he's been kind of quiet and from a productivity standpoint, but been quite loud verbally and emotionally. De La Rosa tries to keep it in play. Comes right back to where he headed it. Grizzlies pressure. Raiders trying to build out of the back. Near side for Garcia. Nice job by Thornell with the header. Garcia relieves the pressure to Castaneda. Weber trailing back to Miller. Up the path to Penny. Husband turns him away. Castaneda up top. Looking for Hanson. Hanson making a run. Can't control. Thornell out of the back. If there is an area of improvement for GGC on those clearances from the back row, try to find Herb Sevilla, Michael Weber, or at least somebody with friendly feet. Weber, fancy work in the midfield here. Gomez taken down. Weber keep it, and an advantage given and kept by the official. Aramburu switches the field. Sagi Hirsch. Jack Gurr missed a goal at the start of the top of the second half. That might have been all she wrote for the Raiders. Sevilla in the midfield. Fancy footwork. Wisely keeps possession. Thornell. Back out to Weber. Weber. Sevilla's feet. Draws 2 red shirts. Tries to team up with Thornell. Keeps the play alive, but it'll bounce towards Savinsky, who will call everybody off. Again, this Southern Oregon team not used to scoring a ton of goals. They're not the type of team that is built to get into a track meet or a high-scoring affair. The most goals they've scored on the season is a 9-0 win over Walla Walla. He doesn't have too many wins on the season. Outside of that, they have never scored more than 2 goals. I shouldn't say that. 3-0 win over Warner Pacific, but other than that, every single one of their wins have been by just 2 goals offensively. All the way back on September 15th, they beat Rocky Mountain, a very good side, especially recently over their 6-game winning streak. They've won by scores of 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, and 2-1. And that Cascade Collegiate Conference Championship game over Corbin. So I'm not saying there's a magic number out there, and certainly Gilgorovic and the defense is going to feel that they could preserve this 2-1 advantage, but I think that's one of the reasons we saw the frustration from Jack Gurr earlier in the second half, because the Grizzlies know if they can put home that 3rd goal, that may be in the nail on the Cinderella coffin for the Raiders out of the Cascade Conference. And again, neither one of these teams have played soccer at that NAIA Final Site. And that's what is on the line here today. Throw into De La Rosa. Raiders get it out of the back. Penny all by himself up top. Weber taking him down on the turf. Aaron Brewer relieves the pressure to White. Not too long ago, it was GGC who was the new kids on the block, starting the athletic department in 2012. First year of, there's Sagi Hurst with a cross, Thornell on the back post, able to get a head down on it. Ball still alive. Grizzlies had that inaugural season of 2012. 2013 was their first chance to compete in NAIA postseason play. They won the AI Conference Championship right here on the Grizzly Soccer Complex and punched their ticket to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time. And now here we are, 6 seasons later. 3 conference titles, 4 NAIA appearances. And this group out of Ashland, Oregon shows up here in Lawrenceville as the new kid on the block here in the NAIA. And a very euphoric moment for that program. And from my chair here, and being here for 5 years at GGC and just enjoying all the great things that have happened here, championships, goals, postseason appearances, easy whistle against Weber. Now he's going to get booked. A little bit too aggressive. And so Michael Weber will pick up the yellow card. But I can tell you there, for the folks in Ashland, Oregon, enjoy it. It goes by way quicker than you want it to. And so when you get those conference championships, when you get these NAIA national tournaments, when you get the players of the years and the conference awards, cherish those moments. Tell those stories about your student athletes and their coaches that people want to hear. Spread your word, spread your brand, spread your success for everyone to hear. You'll grow at a rapid rate, and then one day you'll wake up and somebody else will be the new kid on the block coming to town to steal your thunder. And you'll go, when did we grow up so fast? And so it's just been remarkable here at GGC over the last 5+ years for myself and 6 years for this athletic department. And so enjoy it. It goes by way too quickly, and so cherish those moments. Take photos of championships. Put trophies in trophy cases at the front of your building so everyone can see it. It's just a phenomenal time. One day you won't be new anymore. You'll be like the rest of us. Card to Weber. This is 11th of the season for those of you worried about the accumulation card factor. Husband's got the most with 5, but things will reset when postseason play begins. Near side for the Raiders. First time they've had a threat in the attacking third. They slip one back toward the 6. Had a man open, but it was on his back foot. No support from the midfield, and now they regroup for possession on the far side. Score things back out to Penny. Penny pressured by Hirsch. Through ball to no one. Goal kick, Gil Gorvich. Grizzlies were given new life in more ways than one after jumping that conference tournament and struggling to score offensively. Go down 1-0 here today. And for GGC to not waste this opportunity, not waste this at-large berth, not waste this 8th seed here at home. Have what appears to be awakened here for a 2-1 lead with a little bit more than a half hour remaining. Sammy Gomez across over the head of Jack Gurr. Jack Gurr on a 6-foot ladder wouldn't be able to head that ball in the net. And that ball hit up toward the midfield. Husband and Aaron Buru can't get on the same page. As the Raiders will restart. Heaves one in. Husband heads it away. Weber trying to settle. Weber into the midfield. Miller, touchdown. Jack Gurr will take over, finds a wide open De La Rosa. He'll turn and run. He likes to do that. Pressing forward, draws some attention. Gomez off to Gurr. Gurr shoves it over to Sevilla. Sevilla wasn't ready for it on his heels. Weber pressuring. Miller pressuring. Gurr takes it away. Gurr tried to cut back to his right foot. Gomez settles off the Gurr. Gurr with opportunity. Settled near post. Backdoor save by Zabinski. Weber, he sends a volley toward the 6, headed away by Miller, and the Grizzlies have their best offensive scoring opportunity here in the second half. Grizzlies not done here yet. Thornell with a run going forward. He'll cross one into the 6, headed out of danger by Guler. Castaneda swings it wide. Sagi Hirsch takes it over, and the ball has a life of its own. It spins off the sideline and a throw in for GGC. Aaron Buru. White. Gomez settles, turns, touches. Sevilla back to Gomez. Gomez working downhill at the 18. Had it denied by Guler. Then Gomez turns it over. Ball near side. Castaneda can't get to it. Throw and cover for GGC. And it looks like Steve DeCoux will make his first subs of the second half. And it looks like Amin Shahid Itaba, the starter from the first half, will come off the bench in the second. He'll go in up top for Jack Gurr. It looks like Tony Tiente will check in for Herb Sevilla. Grizzlies will toss it in with Thornell. Thornell. Gomez. A strong play by Hansen. Hirsch out to De La Rosa. He steps over. Ball goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Will be a throw-in for the Raiders. Far side for the Raiders. Trying to cross things in. Grizzlies deny initially. Ball into the box. Thornell saves the day with the left foot. Raiders two-man crew far side. Sykerhurst the only one standing there. Bodies all over the place as somebody trips. In-swinger back post. Hansen is there again, and he puts it home. It's deja vu all over again for the Raiders. It's the same play on the other side of the field. An in-swinger to the back post, and Hansen rises to the occasion. The sophomore to Sacramento, California, double dips here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and we're all tied up at 2. So just when Southern Oregon took an early lead, gave up 2 goals in the first half, casual effort in the second, they get the one corner kick they needed, and they found the equalizer here in the second half, and we've got ourselves a brand new ball game. We're tied up at 2 apiece. Need the box. Into the box, had it knocked away. You got to get regrouped, get reset, and settled in here. 27 minutes remaining. It is worth noting that as this game progresses on, as Sammy Gomez is fouled on a play, and somehow he is going to be blown for the whistle. Grizzlies thought they got another gift, but instead the foul goes against Gomez. And so, again, you got to get regrouped here. No tickets are going to be handed out to Delray Beach, Florida. You got to earn them. Zabinski, near side, last deflected by a red shirt. It'll be a restart for GGC. It is worth noting, this was the point I was trying to make, as this game progresses on in what is either a close or an even contest, the Raiders will find themselves right at home as Southern Oregon has won 3 of their last 4 games in overtime fashion. They have capitalized on the golden goal opportunity. And so they feel like if they can keep things close late, they are battle tested in pressure situations. They have no problem winning in golden goal opportunity. Husband blown for the whistle. Again, as things start to intensify, so are your guys' activity on Twitter. We've got lots of people chiming in here using the hashtag GGC Athletics, folks. Get on social media, get on the text, get on the phone. Wake up the world here for a very European-friendly start time on the Grizzly Digital Network. An early morning edition for listeners and watchers in the Pacific Northwest who are interested in the Raiders. Long ball into the box, headed out by Husband. 2-2 is your score. Weber spun around, trying to keep it in play, was unable to do so. Throw in coming for Castaneda. They'll now hand it off to McManamon, who will toss it in long distance. Long one in toward the penalty spot. Headed straight up by Hansen, and now we're going to push on Hansen with a GGC free kick. Gil Gorvick into Husband, playing it short. Young man that's not on the pitch right now for the Raiders that undoubtedly will get a call pretty soon is Travis Hopkins, tied for the team lead in goal and has been their hero on more than one occasion. De La Rosa into the box. De La Rosa left foot just misses. De La Rosa's been in that situation before. He likes to finish with that left foot at an angle. Just missed that wide with some pretty heavy pace. Finish that thought. Travis Hopkins has been a hero more than once this season for the Raiders. He could be the Dark Crusader for the Raiders in this contest coming off the bench. Again, off camera here, we've got more conversations from the Raiders with the center official. I don't know if that's good or bad. And it's not just one man, it's a whole host of them, handful of them, if you will. Another one might call it an epidemic. Hansen wins a header, Thornell smothers that ball up, tosses it forward. Maybe another push off, but no whistle. Gomez trying to get on the turf. Right foot deflected away. Coming out of the back of the Raiders. McManaman. Midfield. Hansen. Back out wide, far side. Birch knocks that one down. You can feel the wind taking out of the Grizzlies' sail just a little bit here, as Hansen had the equalizer in the second half. Again, it comes on the exact same play. Corner kick for both Raider goals has been in-swingers at the back post that Hansen has just swallowed up and spit into the back of the net. Hansen, 6-foot-tall sophomore out of Sacramento, California, playing like he's 6'6" on that post. Long throw in. Headed away by White. Tiente around midfield, surrounded by red shirts, trying to keep his possession alive. Gomez into De La Rosa. De La Rosa a little bit more space here, running down that left side. Progressing forward, looking across. No one really home. Eat the bind in the neighborhood. Get a horn on the far side. Jack Gurr will check in for Carlos De La Rosa. So up top for the Grizzlies, Gurr, Gomez, and Itaban. Not a bad shot by Tiente, misses wide. And a goal kick coming for Southern Oregon. Big thanks to, I think this is his name, maybe Jamie Penny? Probably related to Mitchell Penny, but the name Trending Water. Thanks for tuning in here, using the hashtag GGC Athletics, cheering on the Raiders too as well. Again, fans from either side, use the hashtag GGC Athletics. Things are getting tight here. 20 minutes remaining. Tied at 2-2. Winner will punch their ticket to Delray Beach, Florida for the first time in program history. GGC has been in this national tournament for the 4th time. SOU, this is their first trip to the opening round. GGC 0 for 3 in their previous opportunities. It'll be a very celebratory moment for either one of these programs. There is no telling who's going to be here with 20 minutes remaining. More importantly, who is going to be the hero. You got to think, if you're wearing Raider red, you got to think Zach Hansen, who's got the hot hand with 2 goals, both of them coming off corner kicks, would be the man. But you also can't discount Mitchell's Penny's speed and hard work up top. And, of course, you've had their hero as of recently, Travis Hopkins, coming off the bench. That sub there does not include Hopkins. It will appear to be number 9 in Carlos Magana. If you're GGC, I think you look no farther. I shouldn't say that. I think your prime 2 candidates have got to be Gurr or Weber, right? Gurr's been close a couple times in the second half. Gomez has worked extremely hard. I would imagine Gomez is going to set up Gurr or Weber if the Grizzlies get a game winner over the next 20. Grizzlies won an illegal throw-in. Linesman fell asleep far side. Tiente is responsible for guarding Henson, who seems to be on these set pieces now. Ball swings out far side. White steps in front of it, knocks out of bounds. Raiders will come back at it again. Another long throw in. White wins it. Gomez with a flick. Can he keep it in play? He does. Inside the lines. Back to Gurr. Gurr sends it long. Raiders settling. They just punt it right back. Thornell will keep possession. And Baru dribbling into danger. Husband all the way back to Gilgorvin. Pressuring is Magana. Back to Husband. Husband, senior season. Darlington, England, sends it long, near side. Miller touches it away. You got to give the possession advantage to GGC just a hair. You can tell their back line like to connect things. You can tell GGC like to connect their back line to the midfield. Weber and Gomez tangle things up. Tiente top of the 18. Back into Weber. Weber inside the penalty spot, taken down. A clean tackle. Clean tackle right at the penalty spot. Grizzly fans with a slight exhale. Man down inside the penalty spot as Itaba has stayed onside thanks to the man down. That ball is cleared to the near post. Miller knocks it down, back out to the penalty spot. And that man is still down. I believe that's Castaneda. Gomez keeps it in. And now ball comes out toward the near bleachers, and the Raiders will get a chance to regroup. And that is the man that was tracking Weber, who made the great clean tackle on Weber to keep him from giving the Grizzlies the advantage. And the good news is, that appears to be the international sign for cramping. Because a man in that much pain that's belly up on the turf, you always think the worst case scenario, but with the referee standing there and a couple of teammates, you think no need for medical attention, and he'll try to loosen things up. And now the cramping doesn't get any better, and so now the official will seek medical assistance. We'll get a moment to regroup here. Want to thank all of our friends, family, and alumni. We've heard from each of those groups. We've heard from family members, we've heard from friends, and we've heard from alumni here at GGC today. Amanda Phillips rooting on the Grizzlies, including her favorite Grizzly, Ellis Husband. We're hearing from Paul and Kershaw, as well as Liam, part of the Jack Gurr delegation. Begging, hoping, praying for a goal. Looks like some of them are on vacation in Slovakia. I don't even want to know what time it is there. But from a 1 o'clock Eastern start time in Atlanta, it should be a very European-friendly go at it for the rest of the way. As again, the man's still down for the Raiders. Can't quite get a number on him just yet. As soon as he sits up, I'll be able to get a number on it. But for now, both coaches taking this opportunity to regroup for Southern Oregon. And head coach Benny Mafinigas, he's got the whole team huddled up right at midfield. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies coming over to get a swig of water. Coach Taku with a couple of assignments as the Grizzlies now starting to migrate back toward midfield. Number 13 is the man that was down, now up. Gonzalo Garcia, redshirt sophomore in Stockton, California, limping off. So you see both teams there getting organized. There's Garcia. And young man, I hate to tell you, I've been there and it is not fun. That whole left hamstring just locks up on you and it turns into a stilt. So from a numbers standpoint, the Raiders do come back to full strength with a sub. Not 100% sure who snuck into the game because of that huddle in front of their bench. We'll try to get that to you as quickly as we can. All right, folks, chance to run to the bathroom, the refrigerator, get regrouped. And so here we go. 17:23 remaining in this contest. We've got a 2-2 draw in Lawrenceville, Georgia, between two teams trying to punch their ticket to the NAIA Final Site for the first time in program history. Who will be the hero? The Raiders, no stranger to late game heroics. 3 of their last 4 games have been victories thanks to Golden Goal. GGC struggled to score goals over the last 2 weeks or so until today. Not 1, but 2 goals have found the back of the net. The problem that happened all the way in the first half in the 8th and 13th minute. Now here we are, approaching the 75th minute. The Grizzlies will get a free kick. Sagi Hirsch will line this one up. 2-man wall for the Raiders. Zabinski barking out signals. Grizzlies send 5 white shirts to the back post. Jack Err's going to hang out outside the 18, more like 30 yards out, looking to put back a rebound. Hirsch, left foot, in toward the box. Punch straight up in the air. Open mouth is open to the goal. Did Miller get it in? He did! We got it! Michael Weber puts it in. Zabinski came off his line, couldn't punch it out. It went right over the mouth of the goal as Michael Weber and the Grizzlies take a 3-2 lead. We asked for a hero, and he arrives. He wears 10 and white and calls himself Michael Weber, the AII Newcomer of the Year. From Zofingen, Switzerland, the 5'8" freshman gives GGC a 3-2 lead. Man down for the Raiders as Wyatt Zabinski came out. Didn't get a whole lot of the ball, got a lot of his teammate, and that's him right there. Believe that's Logan Guler, slow to get up. As GGC now with a new attitude. 16 minutes and 43 seconds away from glory. Great job by GGC. They've answered the call. Not once, but twice here in this contest. A struggling offense, which seems almost left for dead, limping into the NAIA postseason play, has been resuscitated here in Lawrenceville. The NAIA opening round, an early goal for Southern Oregon. GGC answered with back-to-back efforts. Samuelson Pyle Gomez, followed by Andrew White to take a 2-1 lead at halftime. And then it was their second set-piece goal, targeting Zach Henson in the 63rd minute, put it home to give the Raiders the equalizer at 2-2. And then again, just moments later, just like the first half, here again in the second half, GGC answers. In the 74th minute, Michael Weber gives GGC a 3-2 lead. Now, the Grizzlies have to hold on. They've outshot the Raiders 15-8, 4 corner kicks apiece for both sides, 14 fouls for the Grizzlies, 7 for the Raiders. Each goalkeeper with a trio of saves. Michael Weber, only card issued in this contest, and he also has the game winner for now. Will it hold? Travis Hopkins, the knight in shining armor for the Raiders, wearing number 3, checks in. Senior out of Roseburg, Oregon, will have a lot of attention of his teammates. Trying to get the man the ball in the attacking third. Weber challenges, misses. Thornell punches it out of back. Aaron Buru, Tiente. Weber, Tiente again, turning. Near side. Drawing a double team. Taken down, easy foul. And the Grizzlies will casually take their time.
No, the other one was
Grizzlies press forward. Sagi Hirsch teeing things up. Grizzlies get numbers forward. Ball in the box. Sabinski comes out, calls everybody off it, makes the catch. White wins that header. Hansen wins in the midfield and turns it over. Itaba finds Tiente. Tiente working downhill. Plenty of red shirts back. Gomez turns it to far side. Nice tackle by Hansen. White taken down from behind. That's an easy whistle. And Grizzlies will take their time here. One of the biggest Grizzly fans out there, Cody Butler, tweeting in. Does it go goal? Is that how you say that? Goal? With 4 exclamation points behind it? Big shout out to Cody Butler. Ball into Sammy Gomez, who just misplays it. I wish he had that one back. Goal kick coming for Sabinski and the Raiders. Fans get on the action. Use the hashtag GGC Athletics. You guys have been very responsive today. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from. We've had Argentina, Slovakia, Georgia, Oregon, from all over the place. You guys are tuned in from all over the world here on the Grizzly Digital Network, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. Ball in the box, flag up. Offsides call is in the wrong position was Magana. And of course, we've always had our regulars listening in England and Ireland. Vorvik toward the Grizzly bench, intended for Gurr, taken away by Hopkins. Up top for Magana. Out of bounds, throw in for the Grizzlies. Grizzly fans, I'm going to tell you right now, if you stand at that clock, it's not going to roll any faster the harder you look at it. A lot of soccer left to be played. Get us play good, sound, smart possession soccer for GGC. They've been here before. They can most certainly do it. Jack Gurr. Weber. And taken away by Hopkins. Hopkins slips one to Magana. Working down the far side. Got some numbers into the box. Looking to cross. Back door. Man there. Just beyond his reach. Second effort blasted over the bar. Getting in behind the defense was Magana. No, excuse me. Magana with the cross. That's actually a midfielder. Made a great run. I think that's number, it's tough to tell, the black numbers on the red shirts. Maybe 15. Roberto Lupera, sophomore out of Ecuador. He might have been the sub that came on for the injury earlier. Challenged by Hopkins and a win. Sagi Hirsch will toss it in. Some would say third time's a charm for this Southern Oregon program, and it's just its third year of existence. They win their first conference title and go to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time ever. Others would say fourth time's a charm for GGC, as this is Georgia Gwinnett's fourth trip to the NAIA National Tournament, and they are winless in their past 3 opportunities. A little bit more than 10 minutes remaining. Can GGC hold on? Be a very celebratory moment. Hopkins, not enough real estate there. Another goal kick coming for GGC. Quick shout out too, I don't know if the boys got this or not, GGC Women's Soccer tuned in here on the broadcast too as well. So big shout out to Mike Giuliano and company, watching all the way down from Lakeland, Florida, as they get prepared for their NAIA opening round showdown tonight versus Southeastern, 7 p.m. kickoff there in Lakeland. And fans, that game will be broadcasted live thanks to our fine friends down with the Fire. So be sure to log on to grizzlyathletics.com, and we'll have the links that will switch you over to the Southeastern broadcast tonight at 7 o'clock. Good luck, ladies. I got a feeling I'm going to get a strong taste of what all of our Grizzly fans have gotten used to on the Grizzly Digital Network during the game. I get a feeling I'm going to be at the house watching the women play tonight, and I'm going to be yelling at my TV and tweeting in just like you guys do during men's soccer. Sammy Gomez, the attacking third, dribbling out of danger. Flips it to Itaba. Itaba. Friends and family watching in Tunisia. Back to Tiente. Husband switches the field. White. Aaron Buru. This is where the Grizzlies are the best. 9.5 minutes remaining. Husband. Up the pad. Itaba in the neighborhood. Can't get there in time. It'll be a goal kick coming for the Raiders. All right. Julie, Jack's mom, Julie, Jack's mom tuned in here as well from Slovakia. I think they're on vacation, so big shout out to them. Substitution for Georgia Gwinnett. Checking in is Alfredo Rivera, freshman out of right here in Lilburn, Georgia, defensive specialist for Itaba. So I imagine the Grizzlies will get strong on the defensive side. And so that back line will be the same from an intact standpoint. Hirsch, White, Husband, and Thornell. Aaron Buru remains that holding defensive midfielder. And Alfredo Rivera will tuck into that midfield next to Tiente as well. Look for the Grizzlies to go to more of a two-man attack up top with Gomez and Gurr. Possessing well here with Tiente. Tiente off the Gurr into the box to Gomez, who thought he might have been offsides because as the ball was coming, kind of casually gave up on it. Eight minutes remaining. Hopkins last touched it. Grizzlies will restart. Slight heart attack for our Grizzly fans out there. The scoreboard on the screen doesn't match the scoreboard, or excuse me, the clock on the screen doesn't match the scoreboard or the clock on the scoreboard. It does now. We had to add a little bit of time to it. I'm telling you, folks, the more you watch it, it's not going to go away any quicker. That time is not going to melt away any quicker, I promise. During our last injury timeout, the referee stopped the clock, and we got to make an adjustment. Now it's accurate. 7.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Weber, Gomez, teaming up. Thornell, we got another Raider that's cramping up. Castaneda. Gomez into Aaron Buru. Aaron Buru finds Thornell. Castaneda right there in the middle of your screen is in some serious pain, and Thornell will do the sportsmanlike thing and touch it out. Castaneda. Young man, I've been there before. Not pleasant. Had a chance to talk to Benny Finnegas, head coach for Southern Oregon, before this game. And he says the weather's been quite nice. The temperature is about what it is here over the last month or so. But the difference is that altitude, about 3,000 feet. The air is a little bit crisper, so I wouldn't call it hot or humid by any stretch of the imagination, but a little bit different elements that the Raiders are having to work with. So the Raiders return to sportsmanlike favor from the Grizzlies and take the throw in and knock it all the way back to Gilgorovich, and we'll restart. Header by Hansen. Hirsch on the turf. Gurr settles in. Gurr taken down. Whistle and a foul. 6.5 remaining. This ultra-talented and deep team for Steve DeCoux has talked about winning a national championship all season long. They feel like they've had the talent. They feel like they have the mental toughness. And today, those feelings are trying to turn it into a reality and trying to have the opportunity to actually compete for a national championship versus just thinking that they can. And right now, they're 6 minutes away from having that opportunity. Throwing for the Grizzlies. Aaron Buru knocks it down. Substitution for the Raiders. Looks like Castaneda is going to give it another try after the cramping. Oh, I stand corrected. Castaneda is still down on the sideline. This is an actual sub with number 14, Amana Finnegas, coach's son. Throwing for the Raiders, scrambling here, 85th minute. They'll set things up for a long toss from Sean McManama. Here comes the long ball. Headed straight up in the air. Still in danger. Ball in the turf. Gomez gets a foot on it and comes out of the back. Hanson chases it down. Low line drive. Gogorevich off his line. Now retreats. Here comes the left foot. Stubs it across the turf. Thornell gets out of danger. Grizzlies not out of the woods just yet. Now Jack Gurr does indeed hit that one toward the sideline. Inside, 4.5 remaining. Hanson will restart for the Raiders. White one's a strong hitter. Tries to find the fellow feet of Weber, and he does. Weber progressing forward up the path. Finds Jack Gurr. 4 minutes remaining. Gurr beats one guy on the dribble. Beats a second guy on the dribble. Now wants to sit on it. Jack Gurr trying to kill that clock. Goes out of bounds. Grizzlies point their way. Raiders point the other way. Referee will side with Georgia Gwinnett. Steve DeCou, the AI Coach of the Year in his 6th year of the program, has led the team to 3 AI championships, this being the 4th NAIA National Tournament appearance. 676 wins, 23 losses, and 11 ties, and no one would be sweeter than the 77th win if this score holds. He was come here to build a national championship program. The Grizzlies have been close to winning this very game more than once, but they have yet to win it. Weber and the Grizzlies killing that clock in the corner. Inside 3 minutes remaining. Gurr, Weber teaming up off the end line, goal kick. Fans, don't go anywhere. We'll have all of the celebration for you, as well as post-game interviews with player and coach live right here on the Grizzly Digital Network. You won't want to go anywhere. Turnover. Weber wins it. Dumps it off to Gomez. We'll take Man of the Match nominations on Twitter using the hashtag GGC Athletics. But looking at it here, you got Sammy Gomez's goal in the first half, followed by an Andrew White penalty kick. A Michael Weber game winner, which stands right now in the 74th minute. Alan Buru with a lone assist in the ball game, coming off of Sammy Gomez's goal in the first half. Substitution for the Grizzlies. Amen Itabad checks in for, I think, Michael Weber. Clock stops, inside 2 minutes remaining. Weber, high fives all around coming off that bench. Gurr to toss it in toward the corner, looking for Gomez. Hopkins gets it out of the corner. Down the line, White lets it roll out of bounds. Throwing for the Grizzlies right at midfield. Sagi Hirsch will control it. The Grizzlies are starting to feel the positivity and the energy. All of a sudden the Raiders in a little bit of panic mode. White blasts this ball all the way back to Sabinski. Jack Gurr does a nice job of tracking it down. 90 seconds remaining. From Slovakia and England all the way to here in Georgia. Grizzly fans, stand tall. We're going to flag up on the far side. There'll be an offsides call against the Raiders.
1 minute.
If Gilgorovich wants to be very precise of where this ball goes. Grizzlies will press forward. is going to stop the clock. Got called for about 4 offsides or 4 false starts penalties there. Clock stops at 37 seconds. Referee stops the clock. Going to go have a conversation with Gilgorovich. Better move for the freshman there. And he'll be booked. Right call. Looks like something out of a Saturday Night Live skit. Those of you wondering, that's Gilgorovich's second yellow card of the season. Clock will restart on the strike of the ball. Right foot from Gilgorovich. 36 seconds and counting. Grizzlies lead 3-2 here in Lawrenceville. And Buru hits this ball in the wrong direction. Gilgorovich way out of his box. Heads this one out of bounds. Throwing for the Raiders. Southern Oregon with time here. 22 seconds remaining. They're going to shuffle up and deal here. Far side, they're going to launch this one forward. Zabinski gets forward. All 22 players are inside the 18. Here comes the neon yellow jersey. Into the box. Andrew White heads it down. Countdown is on. 10 seconds remaining. Into the box. Gilgorovich secures it. Ellis Husband puts 2 hands together. And for the first time in GGC men's soccer history, in the opening round, the glory goes to the Grizzlies. GGC is destined for Delray Beach, Florida at the NAIA Final Site as Georgia Gwinnett has beaten Southern Oregon by a final score of 3-2. With the win, the Grizzlies will be taking a 12-3-2 record to the NAIA Final Site. And the 4th time to the NAIA National Tournament gets GGC on through the opening round, on to the final site. As Georgia Gwinnett will represent the NAIA with the 8th seed on November 27th. Not next Monday, but the Monday after Thanksgiving. And so congratulations to Steve DeCoux and the Grizzlies. A very emotional contest here as they had to battle back twice to take home the victory. And they have punched their ticket to that final site for the first time in program history. And so there it is, folks. Georgia Gwinnett will advance to Delray Beach, Florida. They'll await the winner of Vanguard and UC Merced. That game actually set to kick off here in about 2 hours, if my math is right. And the folks up at Vanguard are broadcasting that match. So for the diehard Grizzly fans out there that want to watch our opponent and prepare for that Monday, November 27th action, just Google Vanguard out of California and you may be able to find that link. So a celebratory moment here, and of course for the latest information, go over to NAIA.org. So a celebratory moment here for GGC. Job well done for a couple of seniors. And Georgia Gwinnett, Ellis Husband, Samuelson Pyle Gomez, Eden Radvani, and Jack Gurr have taken the Grizzlies to new heights with their program. In the meantime, for Southern Oregon, they have nothing to be ashamed about. They are a very, very proud program as the Raiders, in just their 3rd season of existence, won the Cascade Conference regular season and tournament championship, which is not an easy thing to do at all. And they have taken the automatic bid and brought it here to Lawrenceville, Georgia. It gave the 8th seed everything they can handle thanks to 2 corner kick goals, one in the first half, another one in the second, off the head of Zach Henson. They had the early lead in the first 5 minutes. And for a team that's going to be the adopted Cinderella story in Delray Beach, that the clock has appeared to strike midnight on their season. Big win for Georgia Gwinnett as the Grizzlies will be moving on to Delray Beach, Florida. We'll have post-game comments from both head coach and the Grizzly of the day. As congratulations all around here from Lawrenceville, Georgia. We're going to send those positive vibes down to Lakeland, Florida, as I know GGC Women's Soccer is tuned in here from the hotel. Ladies, it's your turn now. 7 o'clock tonight, you're going to take on Southeastern. Come join the men at the NAIA Final Site. Your Final Site's a little bit different story in Orange Beach, Florida, but for all the Grizzly fans out there, Southeastern will broadcast that contest tonight, so fans be sure to log on to grizzlyathletics.com, click on the link, and we'll shoot you over there to the Southeastern site and cheer on the Grizzlies tonight, as Mike Giuliano and the Grizzlies have punched their ticket to their second NAIA National Tournament tonight, also looking for their first victory in the NAIA National Championship as well. Again, congratulations to GGC Men's Soccer, as they'll be moving on to the NAIA Final Site in Delray Beach, Florida, which is set to begin on Monday, November 27th. For more information on the Final Site, log on to NAIA.org. Fans, don't forget to log back on to GrizzlyAthletics.com for a full recap of today's action. We'll have post-game comments from head coach Steve DeCoux, as well as the Grizzly of the Day, as well as highlights, all for you available on our website at GrizzlyAthletics.com. Again, the glory goes to the Grizzlies by a final score of 3-2 here in Lawrenceville. For our entire cast and crew from Lawrenceville, Georgia, that'll do it here. I'm Matt Mahoney saying so long, everybody. The glory goes to the Grizzlies, and we're headed to the Final Site in Delray Beach, Florida. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. For the most recent information, log on to GrizzlyAthletics.com.